My name's Gary Shaffer. I'm a construction inspector for Neil Shaffer Engineering in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. I'm also an infantryman with Bravo Company, 1st of the 155th Mississippi Army National Guard. My employer supports me very well. Make sure I have a job when I come back. I've deployed 3 times for a year at a time. My employer enjoys the fact that I actually showed signs of stability. This is where I live, this is where I work. They know that I'm responsible. Married, I have 2 children at home, an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old. 2 dogs, a cat. Bills like every other American. My family enjoys going to water parks, board games, puzzles. If possible, we don't spend time apart. We do everything we can together. For me to leave my civilian job and for me to leave my family on the weekend, I'm going right to another family.
All right, man. We got a lot to do this weekend. We need 100% participation. Oh! Oh! Pound off. Deal. Here first, Sergeant. Here first, Sergeant. Go. Here first, Sergeant. Shafe.
Here first, Sergeant.
Live.
Here first, Sergeant.
William.
Here first, Sergeant.
Young.
Here first, Sergeant.
This weekend we fired the main gun systems on the M2A3 Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, doing gunnery table 6 for qualification. It allows us to stay sharp and focused with our training. Gives you more experience hands-on. We only meet on average of once a month for a weekend. So having these periods of time where you can do training to this extent just reinforces the efforts.
This is an on-site engagement. Identify your left and right range limits to report that officer.
Prep work for that, you're looking at military schools, you're looking at hands-on training. There's a huge mentorship where the older gentleman tends to show the younger gentleman in the unit, which builds that camaraderie right off the bat. Believe it or not, a lot of people ask me what I do when I'm in the National Guard, what I do for my civilian job. And I essentially tell them that I have an NCO in my civilian job. It carries almost straightforward. What I do in my civilian life is to oversee other people, make sure they're doing their job right, make sure they're in the right place at the right time in the right uniform. I turn around, put the uniform on, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm making sure that the junior soldier is in the right place at the right time in the right uniform, doing the right thing. For me to leave my civilian job and for me to leave my family on the weekend, like I said earlier, I'm going right to another family. These guys, we do everything together. I'll meet up with these guys with my family and they'll bring their families. We'll eat dinners together. We'll go to movies together. It's not very difficult. Getting up in the morning to leave is pretty bad, but getting around friends and family, their extended family, it's not that bad. But it's nice to come back to work on a Monday knowing that, okay, this weekend, this is what I did. Once again, it's, well, what'd you do?
Hey Gary, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How was your weekend?
Didn't do a whole lot. Just laid around mostly. What'd you get into this weekend?
The usual.
Yeah, the usual.